Mr. Baron Davis. How you doing, sir?
My guy, what's up with you? E? Big
Man,
dog, what's happening?
man, I'm good, man. I'm good. I appreciate you taking the time. I know your phone ringing off the hook right now, so I appreciate it. You know what I mean? They're on the rematch on basketballnews.com and Fly TV. And there's a lot I wanted to talk to you about, but the Warriors just won. Just won the championship.
Absolutely.
And it's crazy because I'm looking at it, and I love when people make the media guys, like media commentators, kind of eat their words. That's one of the reasons why I got into the media, because there was a lot going on in the media that I didn't like. You know
Yep.
what I mean? That's the same as the Knuckleheads just had the same story. Stack and Matt Barnes will say the same thing. We all, how it is with the media sometimes.
Yeah, nah, for sure.
So I love when people prove people wrong. But tell me how happy you are to see the Warriors win this championship this year, especially after all they've been through.
Man, I would say, I'm yelling at the TV, telling Steph to claim your spot. You know what I mean? All that hate he went through this year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All the hate Clay went through getting back, and people not even understanding that this kid ain't played in 2 years.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
The KD trauma.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And then, the bubble last year, Steph, you know what I mean? Just kind of like, man, I'm happy for this team because those players, they be hooping the right way.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's funny. I was listening to, sometimes I try not to listen to too many of them, but sometimes you can't help listen to the commentator, the sports people, the talking heads every morning and stuff like that. And the criticism they had. So Steph did something amazing with that 43-point game, right? And then the next game, he struggled. But he struggled because the entire defense was all focused on him and his shot, and he was missing. But it's interesting to see how the media just kind of flipped. After I was like, wait a minute, I was just thinking this
but for one, bro, they ain't never played no goddamn basketball in their life. You know what I mean? So, like, they've been doing this shit for a long time. Me and you and us in the new media, the new sports media, we know what's going on. You going to have highs and lows. You feel what I'm saying? It's a championship. You think Boston going to be happy with somebody scoring 43 on them? They're going to try to do something. You know what I mean? And you know how hard it is to score 43 in the finals? You know what I mean? Like, man, people are crazy. They're crazy. They just look for any excuse, any narrative. You got people like Stephen A. up there. He just arguing for the sake of arguing right now. You know what I mean? And I say for us, like watching this game, it's like, it's highs and lows, it's moments. It's a deep breath when the other dude didn't take one. It's a sigh of relief when you shouldn't have. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's a forget the play in the moment when you need it. And so margin for error is very small when you think in finals. Steph Curry having a bad game in the finals and people, raising a big stink over it, you know what I mean? It just goes to show you where their knowledge is, right? Where their care, where their love for the game is, right? And that's what y'all doing right now, man. Y'all game changing, y'all changing the way media should, you changing the way the questions should be asked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're getting real, like players want to talk to you. You know what I mean? Players want to talk to players. Whether it's bad questions, good questions, hard questions, it's just there's a familiarity, right? There's an honesty, there's a truth. And so with the normal media or the old media, it's like, man, we ain't telling them shit. No, nobody want to tell you. Nobody tell you the truth to none of these people out here. You know what I mean? Because they've always been around to tear us apart, more than build us up. You know what I mean?
And that's it's interesting. I was looking at this quote. I just posted it this morning, so I'm gonna get the exact quote. But Nick Wright from First Things First. So when the Warriors traded for Andrew,
he should not be on TV.
Man, but listen, I'm gonna read what he said. I'm gonna read his I got it right here. This cat, he got on national TV and he said, Andrew Wiggins is a bad basketball player. It's unspeakable the Warriors did this. It's over for them now. We will never see Steph in another NBA Finals again, ever. That's what he's ranted and said on national TV.
And he on TV as what? A basketball expert?
Yeah.
It's like a puppet show, my dude. You know what I mean? It's like a puppet show. I'm thinking about doing my own damn media puppet show and having my own Stephen A. and Nick Wright. And I mean, it's like a puppet show. You know what I mean? Like these dudes is they'll say whatever to do whatever. You know what I mean? Just to like. But it's like you can't. You don't even stand on your words. Like somebody like that who says something like that, you should stand on his words and say, "Yeah, I should be suspended for a year."
right. But why even say something outlandish like why tell, like you mentioned it before, that even if a player, if you're looking at a player and you're saying, even if this is not your favorite player, you know what I mean, to tear him down to the point to just say he's a bad basketball player, he doesn't deserve to.
And then when he see Wiggins, he gonna want to go up, apologize. Come and get out our face, you little rat, you rat face. You know what I mean? You little mole rat face. Like nobody wants that, bro. You know what I mean? And especially this generation, they don't have the time for it. You know what I mean? And so it's almost like the media is playing like the jealous girlfriend, the jealous ex-girlfriend game now because they can't get the attention from the players, so they start saying like crazy, wild stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then that's where you get the dudes like Nick Wright. Like there's no accountability for the outlandish shit that they be saying. And like, can they like what? You know, if they wrong, shouldn't they be suspended?
Yeah. And
like when they cause a frenzy like that, or like go after somebody like that, you should stand on those words and be like, yo, if the Warriors win a championship or go to the championship with Andrew Wiggins, he should quit his job.
right. I feel you.
You feel what I'm saying?
No, I feel you.
Because one, nobody wants to hear any more takes like that, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's so negative though. Like you said, they just want to tear people down. And you see the shows, not whether it's Skip Bayless on FS1 or whether it's Stephen A. Smith on ESPN, they're just trying to tear guys down. And I spoke to the OG Mitch Richmond and did an article with him, and he was talking about how this new era of young players with social media, he was like, he didn't know how they even do it to get that much criticism daily. I mean, we didn't have social media when we played, but it's like, it's too much sometimes. Like sometimes they got to turn that off and just ignore all of it, because you got not only just the media people, now you got millions of fans giving you their opinion directly to you. Like that's too much access, don't you think?
Hell yeah. It's like, man, it's, I'm tired of the media, I'm tired. Like, I mean, you think about every day waking up, doing an interview after the game. Now you got to do an interview for all your fans. Now people, anybody can say anything to you and it can directly get to you.
Right.
We didn't have to deal with that. You know what I mean? People would be afraid. People could say what they want, be on our back, yell it back in our era, but, in no way, shape, or form would the people have the access, you know what I mean, to be able to do that with us. And, I don't think our generation would have been able to handle it well.
Not at all. I'll tell you, I wouldn't be able to handle it, right?
I know. Hey, I know one thing: you wouldn't have been able to handle it.
No, I can tell you, I would.
We would have been socking people out.
I mean,
people would get socked out at the grocery store.
You know what I'm saying? But like you said, somebody just rip you to shreds, and then they want to come up to you like, "What's up? Like, how you doing?" Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how you?
Yeah. Then they show up at your bowling event trying to interview you.
That's crazy. You know what I mean? But one thing I wanted to ask you about was, looking at Klay Thompson, and I'm watching him on the podium, and like how he didn't want to kind of leave, but he has been through so much with these injuries, and I mean, you were talking about how people counted him out. He had back-to-back catastrophic injuries. You know what I mean? That are hard to come back from, like the ACL, and with the people doubting them and stuff like that. A lot of people don't understand how difficult it is to come back from an injury. And I wanted to talk to you about that in particular because, I mean, you had the different knee issues. You was misdiagnosed a couple times, and people don't understand that, you know, and having to battle back, and how people don't know how many athletes play through pain. And they're trying to, you know, they might say, hey, their shot feels off tonight. But you don't know what kind of pain they're actually in from their injury.
You have no idea.
You
have
know
no
what I mean?
idea.
Yeah.
And it's not just the physical pain, it's the mental pain. It's like, you know, this dude and I don't know if you feel this, E, but I'll be feeling this. Anytime I walk into a gym and it's an NBA gym or any gym, my body wakes up.
Yeah, no question.
I get a life. You know what I mean?
Right, no
I want to straighten up. I want to, you know what I mean? I want to make sure, like, oh no, like, you still got a reputation to uphold. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And so imagine being in the prime of your career and like having to watch.
Yeah.
Imagine being the top dog in the game, one of the top dogs, and have to watch.
Right.
So now you're going through that physical, but the mental side of it, right? You got to have fortitude and you got to have short-term vision.
Yep.
Not no long-term vision. You know what I mean? Like when Clay was sitting there and he was, you know, like the one time he was just sitting on the court with his head down when they lost. And then like you watching somebody give credit to themselves.
Right. Yeah.
He accomplished something even bigger than a championship for himself. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because all those times that he was sitting there, all those times he couldn't play, you know what I mean? Every day when the players went back to work out and train and be at practice, he couldn't.
Yeah.
And so the mental strain takes even more toll on the body because it tells you like, man, shit, I ain't gonna make it.
Right.
Am I gonna make it back? You start questioning yourself. And so that short-term memory is all about the little bitty steps. Can I walk today? Can I take 2 steps? I just want to be able to stand in balance. I just want to be able to fire my quad muscle. I want to be able to take 5 steps today. I want to be able to jog. I want to be able to run in place. You know what I mean? Like this dude has went through every single phase of that for 2 years.
Yeah.
So he deserved it. He should be on that podium right now.
Right.
He earned it. Yeah. Bro, he earned that. He earned that. Yeah. And to think that he came back this year, right? This not even a normal year for him. This is a rehab year.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the way he came in and the run they had, man, they were supposed to sit him sometime during the season for 2-3 weeks just to let him, you know, okay, now he feel good. Let him get fresh again. Man, that dude stuck it out the whole time. You feel what I'm saying? He wrote it out the whole time, ups and downs. You can see the games where he was like, fuck, dude, I know I'm better than this, but I can't get there.
Right.
And then you see him make the adjustment for the next game and he get hot. You know what I mean? And it's just like, man, I love watching Clay because Clay loves the game of basketball and he's showing people in real time with dedication and hard work. You know what I mean? And like what that mean, you know, even for young players that are hurt, it's like I take a page out of his book, right? Because this dude went and isolated himself to get himself back on that podium, you know?
Yep, he definitely did. And, you know, he had to block out a lot of the noise. So, like, people don't understand, he got hurt and tore his ACL the first time, right, during the finals. He rehabbed for a year, was playing pickup in L.A., and tore his ACL again. Yep. So he had to start all the way over from square one, the first square that you were talking about. Can I take a step? Yeah. Like people don't understand that process. Like that is a serious process to go through, especially to go through twice.
Especially to get to a point where you're ready and you start playing and it happens again.
Right.
Now that mess you up because it's almost like being shot. You know what I mean? And it's like if I walk in this gun store and somebody shot me, you're gonna be afraid to walk in that gun store. You know what I mean? Because you know what the results are. And so to go a whole year and to do it again, like you got to think he got to go a whole year.
Yeah.
Now he got to get back to that point. He got to get back to the level he was at that game where he got hurt again. Now, like anything can happen.
Yeah.
And up here, you can't even be thinking about that, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the reporter asked Draymond Green on the anniversary of when Klay Thompson tore his, it was like, who the fuck asked a question like that?
Why would you even ask that?
We don't play like that. That's superstitious. You know what I mean? Like we don't want none of that. We don't want to ask none of that.
Not at all. Like why would you?
Yeah.
And so now let me move to Draymond Green because the media have been giving him. But one thing I like about Draymond Green, he'll say, "Okay, I had a bad game. I'm not playing well right now." You know what I mean? And he will take ownership of it. And now I play better. He played great in that championship game, in that last game. The way he was moving the ball, the way he was doing the energy that he brought, the way he was pushing the ball, getting people into their spots, getting assists, grabbing rebounds, knocking down threes. He was doing it all. But it was like the media loved. I mean, if you even listen to the game with the commentators, right? And one cat said, "Oh, he's feeling it." He's like, "Well, I don't know if he's feeling it. He just hit one shot this whole series." I'm like, "Dang, you can't even congratulate my man for hitting the shot." And like, it's crazy the way when I look at the whole scope of the way how the media is. It's like us against them, the players against the media. Where it doesn't always have to be like that, but that's how they make it. But talk about Draymond Green's success and what he's meant to the team.
I love Draymond because he is probably one of the smartest wild cards. You dig what I'm saying? He's one of the smartest players. One of the smartest players. Period. You know what I mean? And just a smart, intelligent human being. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I think his wild card is his X factor. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like it only takes Draymond Green to have a good game for you to lose.
Right.
And Draymond Green knows that.
Mm-hmm.
And Draymond Green is confident in himself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He's so confident, right, that he can be so honest. You know what I mean? Because he knows if he does his job to the best of his ability, you're not going to beat my team.
Right.
So only take for Draymond in that series to have 1, 2, 3 solid games, let alone have one good game. It's over. You know what I mean? Because when he rolling, they rolling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I felt like for him, it's like they pushing him to be a media personality.
Right. True.
So he's gonna get it a lot more than everybody else because he's made himself vulnerable in that space.
Okay.
So he's gonna come under the most criticism because he got a mic too. So he got, and he can't put the mic down because he got a show.
He got it, yeah.
So every time he say something, you know what I mean? It's gotta like somebody gonna have something to say, or you know what I mean? It's just like it's almost like him being under attack. And him saying, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna join the media and come on over here. Y'all got some shit to say about me. Everybody, whoever want to say it, I got a mic too. Fire away." You know what I mean? So I like that approach. I thought sometimes shit like that can get distracting. And I thought you could see it frustrating him with his game and taking away from his game.
Right.
And then also like he is a direct result of anything he does off the court. He's going to be penalized for it on the court.
What you mean? Give me an example.
He's Rasheed Wallace.
Okay, got you.
He's Rasheed in our remember Rasheed in our era, right?
Of course. Yeah.
He was a target.
Yeah.
Whether he right or wrong, you know what I mean? Like they want to like when she was on the floor, it was almost like two teams playing and then the refs waiting for she to do some shit.
Exactly. 100%.
You know what I mean?
100%.
And I feel like somebody like that and somebody like Draymond, they embrace that. You feel what I'm saying? But when they come onto the court, they're nothing's gonna go their way.
Right. Right.
Because the ref is already waiting for them to say something to give them a tech.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're not even reffing these dudes who are great defenders, intelligent basketball players. You know what I mean?
Right.
You're never going to give them the benefit of the doubt.
That's true.
Because you want to call the call because you know he's going to say something, and you've already dreamed about giving this dude a technical foul.
Yeah, you dreamed about it.
Referees are humans too.
Yeah.
Referees are humans too, bro.
Yeah.
Referees have feelings.
Yeah.
Referees can hear the words that we're saying, bro.
Right. Right. No, that's true.
I remember one time a ref said something to me, and I was like, "You watermelon head motherfucker!" And that right there, bro. Every time I saw this ref, he remembered because everybody at the free throw line was laughing and shit, and he couldn't really do nothing because I was bagging on him. But every time that ref saw me, you know what? He was gonna do me in.
Every time.
Every time, if something were to go my way or not, you know, imagine like a dude bagging on you, and it's like, oh, you want me to do something for you? Oh, hell no, I'm not going.
Right. Now you do the favor. Right. You know,
I need a big favor. Call that foul.
I didn't see nothing. hey, you know, one of the things I've always saw, even back, you know, while you was playing there, is the fans are like, it's like a special relationship y'all have with the fans. You know what I mean? So like you're watching a game, Boston won't play well. A couple times you heard boos from the crowd. That happens on the East Coast. You know what I mean? Like New York fans, Philly fans, DC fans, they'll boo.
They got a different type of passion and energy on the East Coast. You know what I mean? They like raw. You know, they like hardcore, bro. Them dudes go to work every day. They fucking, you know what I mean? Like they got just as much passion as the team, and sometimes that passion translates to negativity. You know what I mean? I always say that about the Knicks fans. Is that Knicks got some of the best fans, but they are terrible for the Knicks because they don't know how to cheer and shit.
Yeah, I mean they're great when you're winning and doing great, but if you have some,
the energy is incredible when it's great.
Oh yeah,
the energy is bad when you're losing.
Like real bad.
If you're in a tight game, right? Yeah. There's so much mixed emotions and mixed energy that you're not pushing them to a win. You're waiting for them to either fuck up or you're waiting to, you know what I mean? And so like that audiences and crowds needs to understand that they're the energy. The more positive energy you give to a team, right, the better that team is going to perform. Like they're going to understand and be able to receive that. Coming in the game with anxiety and like in New York, it's like, man, you get up, you get down, they start booing, you like shit, man, like
it's different.
You can feel that, you know what I mean? Your shot, all that's all in your energy.
No question. But y'all
when we go to state, it's like we laid back. You know what I mean? We hella laid back. California is just a different vibe. You know what I mean? And it's like a different level and appreciation for the game. You know what I'm saying? Like we like more reserved. We like to watch. We cerebral. You know what I mean? Like we cut our teeth different. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you mean.
Like we been at the game yelling at people and shit like that. Now, you know, it'll be more sly, more slick. You know what I mean? Like talking in groups, you know, about it. But it's that energy is not like that energy for Golden State and the new fans coming in, right? You got to think all the people before Steph got there, when Steph got there, like all the kids and shit, but they are witnessing a dynasty.
That's true. Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So, I would say after the We Believe era, from the time Steph got there, a dynasty was starting to be built. So all these new fans, every year is going to be new fans for the Warriors, and so the old fans they don't let people get away with bad behavior. You come to a Warriors game, whether you're a billionaire, E40, like you there to see the game
Right.
and root on the Warriors. It ain't nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You ain't going there to mingle. You ain't going there to be on TV, sit on the wood. It ain't none of that shit, man. It's work. Let's go to work. We're going to work. We're going to, everybody who comes in that arena, they come in that arena ready to work, ready to get a victory.
But
and they not stopping until we leave.
With y'all fans, so let's even go to the We Believe era. Y'all fan, that was a special team that y'all had. You know what I mean? And a special year. And then I remember y'all was having an okay year that year, but then you ran off like 16 straight at the end, went into the playoffs, beat the Mavericks, Dirk and them, and then you beat Detroit. And y'all was killing. But the fans, the way that they kind of lifted you, they were like, the sixth or seventh man on the court with y'all. And that's special. You don't have that everywhere. And I see the same fans being with the team right now that y'all had. Do you think it's the same, that same kind of energy?
No. Our fans was poor, dude. Our fans, like when we did it for We Believe, it was like a different type of fans.
Yeah.
And it was a different feeling. And it was like it was almost like a celebration.
Right. Every game.
Yeah, bro. It was weird because I remember when I got to Golden State, I walked on the court and it was the first practice and Chris Mullin said, "What do you see? What's wrong?" I said, "Bro, this is like a cemetery."
Oh, really? When you first got there?
Bro, none of these players want to play no basketball. They are dead. They are defeated. They walking in here. They like, man, it's sad. I walked in like, damn, this is sad. Y'all ever like, y'all don't know how to like play basketball and have fun?
Right.
Hell no. Like, what does that look like? We done have 5-6 coaches in like 3 years.
Right. Right.
So you walking in there and it's like, it's dead at practice. The players are dead. Then you get to the game and it's like, man, this shit packed. Like, it's packed.
Right.
Bro, it's packed out here. Then you go play in the game and it's like, we got all this negative dead energy. Then I think we won like my first year there when I got traded. I feel like we won like eight games in a row. Towards the end of the year, it didn't matter. Bro, in those 8 games, that place was going nuts. Remember, It was already sold out.
Right.
And you would have thought we won a championship in those 8 games. You would have thought we were in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And so, like, the struggle was, it was the team, right, trying to build something for the fans.
Okay.
Right? It was the ownership group trying to like make something for the fans, but it really was like Mully, Rod Higgins, right? They finally let some players in there, and when they brought us in, it was like we were the misfits.
Okay.
And so when that happened, it was almost like, like we ain't dead no more. You know what I mean? Like we not coming to people weren't just coming to the game to be like, all right, we're gonna lose, but we're gonna lose to this person, we're gonna lose to this team. It's like, nah, we got it. Hold on, we got a chance. Right. Now people getting out their bed, them same people, you know what I mean, selling out the arena. Man, they getting out the bed like, yo, we gonna win tonight.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, yo, we gotta win tonight. And they knew that they were like the extra sauce.
Okay.
Bro, you can feel that shit. I already know. Get the rebound, throw it to Jay Weir's 3. We out of here. They about to go crazy.
Right. That was a special time. So let me so ask me what you got going on now. You know what I mean? Everybody's asking when the next season of Baron Davis. You know what I mean? Gonna come.
I
I
know.
loved it. I love the first season. It was
I know, man.
hilarious.
It makes and I wrote season 2. I've been working it, and then it's like it's almost like the TV networks, they picked it up, right?
Okay.
Which is like, oh, that's what you want, that's what you want. But it's really like, I don't want that, bro. I just want to go make my shit. And so now, I'm starting to see like what television is. It's like you can make a lot of money if we do this and if we do that and if we do this. And then it's like, man, but like everybody I talk to, they just waiting on the season 2. They
Yeah.
don't care if it's this or that or this network or that network. If it's a $10 million production, like we didn't spend no money for that shit. But people like it, you know what I mean? So we've been going back and forth. Part of me was like, man, I may just create an NFT for it and then let
Okay.
everybody who buy the NFT, they can own that shit with me. So then that way we don't never have to go to a TV network. Then don't let. I mean, I know I'm gonna get in trouble for that. No,
So
but
it's just
I've been heavy. I've been heavy in like Web3 space, thinking about like Web3. How does digital asset management like change our lives and brings us
okay.
into this kind of new age? And so for me, I just really been creating. I got an NFT coming out called the Oatmeals.
Okay.
You gonna get an oatmeal. You gonna get a custom oatmeal, and I just kind of been playing in this, understanding what Bored Apes and Doodles and all these people are doing, and I was like, man, why can't we do something to honor ourselves as athletes and give roses to all my brothers, my sisters, that we have this ecosystem and this family. And so basically the oatmeals are legends, the legends are oatmeals. Every oatmeal got their own story and legend. And so for our legends, we let them mint their own oatmeals, right?
Okay.
So they're fans, and then they're gonna be for this first collection, I believe there's gonna be about 2,500.
Okay.
uh, the first 1,000 people that mint some of our I think our rare, they're gonna get an oatmeal credit card with
Okay.
their oatmeal on the credit card, like, so your own personalized oatmeal card where you can basically buy bowls.
Okay. All right.
You know what I mean? Get your
Yeah.
points up. But we thought about, how do you gamify and create a system and an ecosystem where people want to interact, exchange. And then for me, it's like, I know my time is valuable. So if I'm giving up my time,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and I'm making a conscious effort of my time, my energy, and like the IP that, we create. And then, I wanted to do that not only for the fans, but just to show people in Web3 NFTs that you can do some shit that's cool and
Mm-hmm.
everybody can participate. And it ain't about like, oh, we about to make a bunch of money or we about to do this. It's like, yo, sometimes it's like the experience. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right. That's
So
what's
it's
up.
called the Oatmeals. It's called the Oatmeals, dropping June 23rd. And
Okay.
then our company, we build metaverses and all that. So I'm about to be hitting you up because we're building out a Hall of Fame for our own.
Okay.
And so it's called History of the Game, and the thought behind it is everybody who paid dues, you know what I mean, should be inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Got you. Got you.
Everybody has a story, you know what I
Right.
mean, and everybody's stories are different stories, and so we're not celebrating the story.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
We just celebrating stats.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And then what the media say, so if we start celebrating each other, passing out roses, having our own, we'll be able to like induct ourselves, our friends and families and stories into our own metaverse. And so I was thinking about, how do you take basketball from a local standpoint, create legends? From a regional local standpoint, college, high school, to create legends. And then
Mm-hmm.
from a macro, standpoint, where if it's pro teams, international, like how do you include everybody into it? And so the oatmeals are the first drop. We're gonna have NBA oatmeals, college legend oatmeals. And so it's
That's
one of
dope.
those. it's just kind of like forever going narrative. And, for me, I just love creating and I love like giving people shit. So this was like the coolest thing that I can do.
Yeah.
I wish I could show you what these shits look like.
Show it.
Yeah.
All right, appreciate you, my guy.
Yeah, man. Hey, I appreciate you taking the time out. Like I said, I know your phone blowing up, but I'm happy for the Warriors, happy for what you're doing. You're my guy. So, hey, I appreciate you. Keep doing your thing, though, man.
Thank you, bro.
All
Appreciate
right,
you.
bro.
Love.